Okay.
Record. Ready, set. Hey, I don't know where to start, and I don't know why I'm doing this just yet. But I know I need to do this. So let's start with introducing myself. Hi y'all, my name is Joon. My name is Songjun Koo. I go by Joon. Today is January 5th, 2025. I am trying to find myself now. I don't know what that means just yet, but I know. Right, so I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart because my head is not clear just yet. But maybe I shouldn't cut it. What I want to do is I just want to talk. So I just turned 38 a couple days ago. So today is January 5th. I turned 38 on January 3rd of a couple days ago this year. Why am I doing this? For the first time in my 38 years of my life, I went to church because I wanted to. Yeah, it sounds weird, right? I went to church for the first time because I wanted to. Because why would you go to church if you didn't want to?
Yeah.
So let me tell you who I am, where I'm from, and how I got here. So my name is Songjun Koo. I go by Joon for short. I am Korean, currently living in America, in Texas. I was born in the church. My parents met and were blessed. It was a term they used in the church I was in an arranged marriage back in 1982 and so that church that I'm from, I'm sure some of you would already have guessed, blessing and arranged marriage and whatnot. The church is called the Unification Church, aka the Moonies. Yeah. So it is really weird trying to talk about this out loud. That's not my friends, my family, people that I grew up with in the church who knows about this stuff. And then between us, we talk about it. We just joke about it because it is part of us. It is who we are. It is what made us today. And without that church, we don't even exist. And that's the crazy part. All of our parents met in the church, and the church was so focused on I don't know. Okay, let me restart. I don't know where to start though, but because I'm not going to start on the history of the church. That's not my history. My history and the story that I want to tell today starts in 1982 when my parents get blessed in October in Korea. Between 6,000, as one of the 6,000 couples that got married on the same day by this couple, Reverend Sun Myung Moon and Mrs. Hak Jahan Moon. The people who we the Moonies called true parents. People that I thought were more important to me than my own parents. People who I thought I had to devote my entire life to make happy because he is the Son of God, he is the Messiah, he is the second coming, and because his words are so true that I was supposed to live a certain way, think a certain way, and behave a certain way, and think of a certain way about how to feel, how to express. So after my parents were married in 1982, I was born on January 3rd, 1987. And the story of my birth is funny. Apparently, according to my parents, my due date was December 25th, the Christmas of 1986. But while I was pregnant, Reverend Moon, the founder of the church, decided, I can't say he decided, but he said, the birthday of Jesus Christ is not December 25th, but it is January 3rd. So within the Church of Unification Church, they all believe the actual birthday of Jesus Christ is January 3rd. And I was born on January 3rd. And in Korea, we put our last names first. So instead of Songjun Koo, we all call me, I introduce myself as Koo Songjun. So my family name is Koo, and Songjun will be my name, will go after. In Eastern culture, that's a very common thing. Family comes first before yourself. Anyways, while my mother was pregnant with me, my father wanted to name me Koo Seju. Koo as my family name, Seju as my name. But Koo Seju means Messiah in Korean. And I'm so glad he did not name me that. That would be one hell of a name to live with. But anyways, so yeah, I was born in the church. I didn't have a choice. I was born in the church. And the first memory that I have of church was when I was 7 years old. I entered first grade. I went to this winter church workshop. That's when I found out the names of the people that I was bowing to every morning. Two older Korean grandma and grandpa that I was bowing to every morning, who they were, what their names were, why we were bowing to them, and where I come from, and where I need to go. I was 7 years old. And from then on, next thing I remember is my father went back to ministry. So as the first grade, all I remember was we lived at the church. Our family never, in Korea, while in Korea, we never had our own home. I never had a room. It's not because, we lived at the church. My father was a pastor, and we lived at the church. That's what pastors did. Or not, I don't know. But that's what we did in our church. All the pastors lived at the church. father was Reverend Koo. 7 days a week, 356 days a year. Every single waking moment and sleeping moment of our lives, he was Reverend Koo. And I was son of Reverend Koo. I don't know if there was a pressure. Yes, there was a lot of pressure. You're pastor's kid. You are the first son of Reverend Koo. So you have to behave a certain way. You have to keep certain standards. So on and so forth. Which, I don't know, not every kid needs it. And it's wild when you are growing up and all you want to remember is, when did I have our own family time? Like, did our family actually enjoy a meal together? Just us? That memory does not exist in my head. I'm sure it happened, but almost every meal that I remember, my mother was cooking for at least 20, 25 people. And we'll have, like, we didn't sit down to eat together. We just grabbed a plate, we served ourselves, like kitchen buffet, cafeteria style, served yourself and sat down and ate and put away. And that's every day. That was every day. There were more people in our house than our family every day because, again, it was not our house, it was the church. So church will host people and we happen to live there. Yeah, and so every year growing up, I will move. Well, not just me, our entire family will move. My father will get assigned to different church in different city, in different states in Korea, and we will move. And that started when I was in first grade and until my senior year in high school. So 12 years, right? Yeah, first to 12, 12 years of going to school, trying to understand how to become a human, a person. But we moved every year. I went to 12 different schools between first grade to senior year in high school. 12. Not just me, my brother and my sister as well. The shortest time I stayed in one city was we were there for 40 days. So my father was assigned to this training center in southern Korea at a place called Nampyeong Training Center. I guess that's what it translates. I mean, yeah. And he became the one who's leading 3-day workshop, 5-day workshop, 6-day workshop, 7-day workshops, 21-day workshop, a 40-day workshop, this intensive church brainwashing workshop. Or maybe a very, positive, inspiring workshop. I don't know. Because I wasn't in those workshops. I was in the building, seeing hundreds of people going up and down, just being there. And I wasn't sure why they were there, because I was still trying to figure out what this whole thing was. We would, but anyways, so that goes on, just ever and ever till my senior year in high school, and now we're in Dallas, Texas. My father was having a very, very rough time in the church as a pastor. I'm sure he was completely burnt out. I understand him now. I did not understand him back then. And until very recently, I was very resentful towards my father because of that. Sorry. Oh my God. So my senior year in high school, my father decided that he's going to fast for 40 days to bring back the community, is what he was saying. He said he needs to bring people back. He needs to take the focus back. Everybody is a little too relaxed. And he said this is his fault because he's not a good enough of a pastor, because he's not leading people right, and he's not sharing the words of Reverend Moon and God properly. That's why he needs to do this, to test himself, to see if it's something that he really needs to do. And he has spent his entire life doing this, and that's all I can remember him doing. But there was time, and he said, hey. So he fasted for 40 days. When I say fasted, I don't know what you think of fasting is, but it really means he fasted. He drank water, nothing else. No salt, no sugar, not a single grain of rice, no coffee, nothing. Just plain water for 40 fucking days. Because he believed in God. Because he believed in Reverend Moon and the divine principle and Cheonseonggyeong and all these words that were written by them. And he fasted for 40 days. He didn't just stay home. He did everything he normally did while fasting. And I have a photo of us in digital form file and a frame at our house in our parents' place up north. We were fat. Our entire family was so fat, and my father was so skinny. He was bone. All he had was bones. His body had nothing but bones, but he endured that because of faith. He endured that because he believed in something more greater than what he was supposed to be here for. He believed that if he sacrificed his body, himself, that he thought the people that he was trying to talk to will listen and follow and create a harmonious community together. But that did not happen. The reason why I'm so resentful towards that church is no one came by. Not a single person came by to pray with him, to sit with him, until towards the very end. And when the senior member came to our house, well, not our house, again, church house. We're just staying at the church house. And ridiculed him and ridiculed us. He said my father was being completely maniac. No one cares. That's why no one bothered to show here. Because no one cares what you're doing. Why are you doing this? You're just too much. We never asked for you to be here. finished it. He made it through. He did the 40 days. And then he wrote an email to the headquarters of the church to tell them he is going to resign. I'm sure that was the happiest day of his life. Or I'm not sure. Or maybe that made him feel so light. This I have not really talked to him about because I don't know. Just feels like a little too sensitive topic, but it's something I have to talk to my father about. Something that he loved so much. He cared so much. He sacrificed his body, entire self, to see if he can connect people, get through to people, but they rejected him. So he left the church. And then he told me, you can do whatever you want, but this church doesn't exist to me anymore. The God does not exist to me. I was 18 years old. All I knew was church. All I knew was God. All I knew was my father was the strongest person I know. He still is the most fierce person I know. But I had to see him go through all of that. I wish I was this mature 20 years ago, but I was not. I was just a naive little, very sheltered kid who believed if you are a good person, God will give you everything. As long as you are a good person, God has the entire life planned for you. And seeing my father go through that, I told myself, fuck all of that shit. God does not exist. Fuck the church. Fuck God. Fuck all of you guys. And that's how I lived last 20 years of my life. But out of nowhere, a couple days ago, I saw myself, I caught myself wanting to pray, but not remembering how to pray. Because I refused so hard not to pray, not to think about God, not to think about church. Because church made me feel very miserable. Oh, I wanted to be a pastor when I was a kid. Yeah, I wanted to be just like my father. I idolized my father so much. I still do. Fucking love my father so much. I don't tell him. Scared all the time. I wanted to be just like him. Speak the truth. Speak the words. Care for other people. Be there for other people. Put yourself last. Put others first. I've been going through a lot personally. And I guess I wanted to find a little bit of comfort, knowing that He's got my back, knowing that He's not gonna let me fail, knowing that He's not gonna let me hurt myself. I went through a lot this past couple of years. Internally, so much. And I'm sure everyone else goes through everything so much. But I said, hey, as long as you're living for the other people, as long as you're a good person, everything's gonna work out. I said, fuck you to church and fuck you to God. But I still, till this day, live with the words that I was taught. First one being LFSO. Live for the sake of the others. In Korean is 위하여 살자. 위하여 살자 was written on a piece of paper, plastered on a wall. I remember reading that when I was 5 years old. And I asked my mom, Mom, what is that? And she said, that's our family motto. She said, that's how we're supposed to live our life. She said, we're on this earth to live for other people. We're on this earth to make other people happy. So that's our family motto. 위하여 살자. Live for the sake of the others. And that's how I've always thought I need to live for other people. Even after leaving church and not thinking about God, not thinking religion, and your dad, I continue to live my life for other people. Not realizing, not learning, not fully understanding to live for other people, that I have to live for myself. Isn't that crazy? I think it's fucking crazy because no one fucking told me that. No one told me that it's okay to think about you first. Well, that's not true. Everyone told me, Joon, it's okay to be selfish. Joon, it's okay. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Joon, it's okay if it's hard, you can ask for help. Joon, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be a superhero. It's okay. It's okay. Everyone constantly told me it's okay. It's okay. You can take care of yourself. But I didn't know how. I still don't know how. And so I needed help. So I seek therapy. And I'm learning about myself. And now I'm questioning a lot more deeper question to myself. More beyond what my interests are or were. I've been doing this like talking into a microphone by myself, but this is the first time putting a camera up. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's been a little over 30 minutes of me just rambling, but I want to tell my story. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to tell my story, and I want to listen to your story. I want to be the bridge between people, between religion, between culture, between race. I had a dream. I still have a dream. I was really happy back then. So I think it was first or second year. But I know exactly. It was 2016. No, 2006. God damn. 2007. Wow, I am very obsessive. Oh man, this, I just realized the moment I fell in love with photography. Moment that I fell in love with photography, I just went crazy. Yo, I fucking photographed everything. It was the first time that I was able to express myself. It was the first time I was able to capture something. It was the first time that I was able to hold something into a frame. 담다. What the fuck? Everything kind of makes sense just now. Wow. Well, I'm gonna do this. This is my healing process. Everyone has their healing process, and this is a route that I'm going to take. I was introduced to photography. My very first photography professor, Wayne Lucas, at Richland College. And my mentor, Robert Galindo, from Richland College. I was allowed to create. I was allowed to express. I was allowed to tell the stories that I found interesting. I was allowed to be as passionate about something without feeling judged. I was allowed to be around people that supported me because they saw what I did and told me how much I'm loving it. Oh, fuck, I'm so nasty right now. Shit. Oh. Okay. And when I found the photography, I found my calling. I wanted to be a storyteller. I wanted to tell your stories. Those stories that we don't get to hear. Everyday people. The champions of every day. The ones who wake up and force themselves to get through the day. I wanted to tell that story. to share with the world that we're all the same. Doesn't really fucking matter where you come from, how much money you got, if you're religious or not. Like, really, seriously, it doesn't really matter. Like, none of us, no one living on this earth, absolutely no one had a choice to be here. I didn't have a choice to be here. I didn't choose to be here. If my parents did not decide to go to that arranged marriage by a Reverend Moon in Korea and attended that mass wedding, I would not be here. Nor my sister, nor my brother, nor my beautiful nieces and nephew. But we're here now. You know? Everything kind of happens for a reason. And I really do believe that. I really do believe that. And especially now that I'm getting a little older and understanding what my life is supposed to be, I'm understanding, and I believe that wholeheartedly. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be able to move. It's a blessing to be able to see, hear, feel, touch. It's a blessing. And we are so blessed. But we always constantly think about negative stuff. Ah, fuck this, fuck that. Even though every second that we get to breathe is a gift. So I went to church today. For the first time in my entire life, as 38 years old, ex-Mooney, ex-pastor's kid, I went to church for the first time in my life because I wanted to. And it was a journey. I am not going to lie. For the last 2 days, I was thinking about going to church. So I messaged a friend of mine asking, hey, I'm thinking about going to church. What time is the service? And they said, there's a 9:30 and 11:30. And they will be there. All right, I said, oh, awesome, thank you. And then yesterday morning, I went to go play tennis. And I spoke to my buddy that, hey man, think I'm gonna go to church. And he said, for real? I said, yeah. Why? I don't know. I just want to go to church. Something in me tells me that I need to go to church. So after tennis yesterday, we were very hungry. So he said, yo, I heard there's a cheesesteak house or something that we should go. I said, well, yeah, that's good, but I can't really eat it. You know, why? I'm lactose intolerant. Oh, shoot, okay, never mind. And we're just thinking, oh, sounds good. Korean food, oh, it's a little too far. What do you want? And I said, hey, how was ramen? Oh, ramen's not so good. The place we wanted to go was about to close in 5 minutes. So I said, hey, oh, there's a Wabi house. I'm sure you have not been to that part of Dallas, so let's go. So my friend just moved to Dallas a month ago from Vegas, so a lot of Dallas is very new to him. But anyways, so we said, hey, let's go. Follow. I'll drive. So I drove. We drove to Wabi House. And along the drive, we were just talking about a lot of things. And I said, hey man, yeah, I really think I want to go to church. And then we're eating ramen. And we start having conversation with this person who was sitting next to us at a bar. And very genuine, just friendly conversation. And you know, it's so crazy is when you meet a stranger, it's so much easier to open up and share your stories to a stranger because they don't know you. Exactly. Because they're not gonna judge you for the story you're gonna tell. No one's gonna judge you for the story you're gonna tell. Like right now, everyone watching this video has no idea who I am. And I'm sure some of you are, most of you have clicked out and exited. But if you're still here, I'm sure there's a lot of thoughts that went into your head about me. Oh, this guy's nasty. Just like, oh, gross, he's crying, whatever, talking random shit. Oh, he's a Moonie, blah, 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 ha, 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 whatever. But also, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. You know, that's the problem. We don't know how other people are thinking. We just assume what they're thinking is what we're thinking. Because we're so self-observed. Everything is about us. Everything's about us. Yeah, it's what I want to do. It's my job. It's my this. It's my that. It's my dad. It's my mom. It's my cat. My dog. My house. Everything is about me. Myself as well included. Everything was about me. It still is about me. And this whole thing is about me. But I want it to be more than just me. Because I know there are people struggling just like myself. And I wanted to open up this space to share. Finding your own God. I left my God when I left my church. And I was so angry because I didn't know that I could keep God but leave church. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that I could still hold on to the love that I was feeling, that I was always longing for, that I didn't have to let that go. I just had to remove myself from a toxic situation. I did not know that. I thought in order to leave the church, leave the toxic relationship that I was having, I had to leave God and be so rigid that I said, fuck you. And yesterday, while we were having these conversations, very random conversation with this amazing person we met, out of nowhere, said, hey, I go to church. And they gave me the address of the church. The church was a mile away from my apartment, from here, where I'm sitting, a mile away. And our conversation continued. We continued to just talk for 4 hours. So, three of us would just talk for 4 hours about life and the things that we're going through and the struggles that we're facing, the transition time that we were on, No one was judging. We were just listening. We were sharing our stories. And I said, I think I'm gonna go to church. I'll see you at 9 o'clock. And of course they said, yeah, of course, but no pressure. Come if you want to. Don't if you don't want to. Well, you know where it is. I said, yeah, of course, of course. Couldn't really sleep last night. I got home and my stress level was spiked all the way through. My whoop that I wear. My whoop. The whoop that I wear, showed my stress level was at all-time high until I woke up. I woke up bright and early, sat down, and I thought about a lot of things. I thought about when's the last time that I missed something or someone or being in this situation so much that I was nervous, but I wasn't scared because the God that I faith, if this God is the God that I remember, He's the God of love. He's the God of forgiveness. And He will not judge me for the 20 years that I have lived on my own, abandoning Him. I know He was waiting for me to come back with open arms and saying, I know it was rough out there. I know it was rough out there. Will you make it back? I still don't know. I still don't know if it's something that I'm going to continue to say, hey man, now I'm back to church, or now I'm back to being a son of God. I don't know that. But what I know is this. I'm gonna take day by day. What I've done my entire life, I've set this unreachable goals. Like absurd goals. Like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and then go for that goals. You get tired. Because you start here, making goals here. And all these little steps that I'm taking, there's no reverse, 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 no reverse. And my goal's here and I'm here. I'm so tired. I'm so tired because I'm not appreciating all this success that I have done for myself. But I'm only looking at this and I'm so close. I'm so close. But I'm so tired. I don't know how much longer I can go. Fuck. And that's exactly where I am at right now. So, I'm going to take one day at a time. So one day at a time to find myself, to find happiness, and to find God along the way. Because right now, in here, like logically, I know what's good. But here, it still hurt. So, join me. I guess I've always wanted to say this. Join me on this journey of finding ourselves. Not just me, but you as well. I'm going to be very vulnerable in this space. Well, this is my apartment. That's where I sleep. My little plant baby's back there. And that space is where I spend most of my days. On my desk, writing and doing stuff. And I want to tell your stories. Your journey. Our journey. Together. Thank you. If you're still here watching this. Thank you so much for being here with me. Because it means a lot that I'm not alone. That I have your support. That it's okay to take on this journey of refinding myself and connecting with God. Not necessarily church. Church, I'm still very little about, But God transcends. God does not care. God does not judge. And that's what I want to find. Our God. So yeah, well, there's a phrase that I heard from the church, this pastor shared today, that his daughter has mentioned. So that was, don't rush and don't hush. So I'm not going to rush the process, but I'm also not going to hush myself or you. I want this to be a very safe space where no one's judging each other. Everyone goes through the exact same problem. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different beliefs. But at the end of the day, I believe in one thing. That we are all people. We all come from one big family under God. We're one big family under God. Whether you believe or not. Because I believe. I believe. And that belief is powerful. Faith is powerful. But if you can use that faith and belief into positive and to better yourself and to better the people, your loved ones around you, the ones who support you, I believe that's what God wants us. Because ultimately that's what we would want, isn't it? Because we are children of God. We know more than and better than anyone what God wants for us. So, yeah, I talked enough for today. And then, take care. And please hold on to yourself. Because you have to take care of yourself before you take care of other people. Well, I love you guys, whoever you are.